Good morning, I'm Dawin, and today I'll be talking to you about Nike. Now, Nike is something that we all become familiar with, whether we play athletics, shoes, doing something like working out, or even if we just like checks. But we're not talking about that type of check. We're talking about this one. Now, Nike has many things to offer us, whether it's a headband, keychain, or even sneakers. So for this, we'll be focusing on their athletic gear. But first, I'll explain why it's important to me. See, going through my high school years and now, I've played sports, and I've always needed gear for that. So the first thing I turned to was Nike. Now, I'm not going to be biased to say that that Nike was the only thing that I used, because I tried other brands, but it just wasn't for me. So I just always stuck with Nike through each sport that I did through high school and until now. Have any of you guys ever played a sport or worked out? What did you use? I mean, you didn't have to use Nike, but you probably did. Athletic gear is something that really helps with an athlete's performance. And if you're not worried about working out or being an athlete right now because you're too busy, that's fine. But in the future, you might have kids, and they'll probably need gear if they're doing sports or anything. And the first place you'll turn to is probably Nike. Now, Nike's athletic gear is beneficial to most athletes in its performance and their health. But first, let me give a brief history about the brand. Nike was founded by two men, Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight, in 1964. Now, even though Nike was discovered in 1964, the name Nike wasn't given to the company until 1971. Now, Nike's athletics started with Al Nast, who signed with Nike in 1972 and was a tennis player. A couple years later after that, a student from Portland State University created the Nike symbol we know now, the swoosh, and her name was Carolyn Davidson. And she received $35 for that and a stock of an unknown amount. The first ever athletic apparel that received the brand was a soccer cleat. Next, I will talk about the different types of Nike athletic gear. Gear ranges from anything like tights, compression shirts, or even just shorts. Right here we have an arm sleeve. This can stop bruises, cuts, or even hold sweat. A long sleeve compression shirt right here can also hold sweat and has breathable holes on the side for you. These purposes are all for better performances of the wearer. There are three different types of Nike technology for their athletic gear. There's Dry Fit, Thermofit, and Aero Adapt. Dry Fit is a high performance microfiber that moves sweat away from the body and into the product. Thermofit is what is used to keep the heat within the body, to keep the wearer warm, and it's also wind resistant. Aeroadapt increases as much airflow into the body and holds more moisture. To add to that, I will explain the materials that is used in athletic gear. Nike, being the big brand that it is, tends to try to use sustainable materials in their products. Their materials range from things that are grown, derived, and raised. See, grow will be things that are plant-based and bio-based. So something like a sustainable cotton will be something that they will use. And derived is something that is synthetic based, like polyester will be something that they will use in that case. And even raised Now this will be animals, but it's not killing the animals or anything. It will be taking like wool from a sheep. Their hair will grow back, so that's what they're using that for. Now the effects on health is that it will be less population from not being able to have to like burn the animal fat that they will have left over or anything like that. Now to bring this all to a close, the Nike athletic department, their gear is beneficial for athlete performance and their health. We've covered the brief history, we talked about some athletic gear, and the materials that the gear is made from. So to end it all off, if you're unsure about whether you should get Nike or not, don't worry about it. Just do it.